Yes, we are live. We are live. We are live. Hey, it's your girl Monique 69 Wage Johnson. I'm here with VACAY-JayTV, lighting it up with Letitia and the Lawrence Report. And we are here to talk about Tyler Perry Beauty in Black, episode 2. Okay, so you guys, episode 2. Is y'all liking this? So I haven't talked to Letitia and Lawrence about this. So are y'all liking Beauty in Black?
I am truly enjoying it. It is so messy.
Yeah, Beauty in Black. The tea is literally piping hot. Um, it's good. It's really, really good. I'm enjoying this right here.
Oh, okay. Episode 2, banger, fire. Definitely some new discoveries at the end for sure. And yeah, so let's see who's in the building. Yes, Latoya. Shout out to Latoya W. She be on it.
Numero
Please,
uno. What up,
yes,
sis? Thank you for your love and support always.
yes.
Hey,
Please like and
Latoya.
share, subscribe to everyone up here.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to nephew.
Hey, Renee. See you in a while. Yes, we are live, y'all. So let's get into it. We are here for a good time, but not a long time, okay? Okay, so we about to get into this episode, y'all. I got a few slides. So this episode start off with Roy is coming down this private road. It's like really raining hard, and he felt a thump as he was driving, and he like stopped the car, looked in the rear view, got out, saw it was a lady on the road. Pick up the lady and decide to put him in his trunk, and like it was nothing. Um, got to the house. Mallory, she is on one because of that butt dial of Roy phone from when he was with Kimmy, and she smacked the mess out of him. Tried to at least. She was she was ready to throw them bows, okay? And like, who is she and all that good stuff. So, what are y'all thoughts on this whole beginning of their relationship? This body he just picked up like it was a skunk on the side of a road or something.
So typically you don't see black people doing something like that. You typically see Caucasian people doing something. Oh, I hit somebody else. I picked them up and I'm taking them home. Like, what black person's ever done that? If anything, we'll end up calling 911. So he was moving kind of different for me in that scenario right there.
Mm, I, yeah, I kind of agree with that because I mean he had to. It's a private road. It's their private road, so I don't know. He probably felt like he got to like cover up this situation, wherever it may be.
And why Mallory just left the person there when knowing it's a private road was also weird. You know, it makes her responsible too. Like, obviously, I guess they don't know who it is right now, but can I just say this about Mallory too? I was a little skeptical. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. When I saw her in the previews, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. And I'm gonna see. But she's actually pulling off this role really, really well. I feel like there's been a couple of times I heard Leslie in there from
Mm-hmm.
for better or for worse.
Yep.
But I think she really pulling it off though. So I'm like, ooh, I mean, she's kind of ruthless.
Jay, what about you?
Oh yeah, this them fighting just reminds me of the first episode of the first season of The Oval when the president and his wife was going at it
Mm,
back and forth, throwing each other over the bed and doing all types of. I mean,
I
this is
remember that
typical
one.
Tyler. You remember that? This is
Yeah, even though
typical.
I don't watch it, I did watch.
Yeah, I cover The Oval, so yeah, this just
I
reminded me
watched the
of
first
all of that.
episode.
And I agree with Letitia. Like, yeah, she is definitely carrying this role. I mean, there's a whole lot of F bombs. There's a whole lot of I hate you. I hate you. They
Mm-hmm.
both total toxic people. And when he when he picked up that body and them legs was contorted and backwards, I was like, oh my God. she just keeps getting run over. Like, poor lady, man.
Poor
Like,
lady.
but my thing, I don't know if I'm getting too far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And how they don't know who this lady is, if this is the wife to, the uncle. It's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't want to get too far ahead, but it's just really weird that they wouldn't recognize who this lady is.
I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, she definitely could be on a baseball team with that way she threw that glass, her cup at him, and then lunged at him again for the second time. That was wild. Toxic at best.
Mhm.
Oh, poor Tank. Poor stink. We got Rain. She is laying out in the bed, barely responsive because Kimmy is panicking. She said she's going to call 911, get an ambulance over, and rightfully so. And then Rain was muster up strength, said, "No, don't call them." And she said, "Just give me the pain pills." And then Kimmy noticed that the pain pills don't have like no label on it. It's just a bottle of pills, no label on it. And also, oof, what's her name? Body called Rain phone, and Kimmy answered. And the way Body, like, how are you doing? BITCH. She was just like calling and disrespectful, rude. No, this girl probably gonna be in pain. She was just rude out, and then she got rude with Kimmy and yo. And she always throwing that Jules in her face about like Jules will make it stick, or you got to do this, I would put it on you and stuff like that. It was just wild. And then you get a flashback of Rain and Kimmy while they was at the Walmart, and how they met Angel, and they supposed to do this, make 5,000 each to do this run just to get on the plane, get to Atlanta to Seattle. So what are y'all thoughts on this? And I had to cover up her wound. I couldn't show. That was nasty. And her leaking behind.
I just felt like, I mean, this was really sad. It was also very crazy because, I mean, they panned the room when she first came in there. I mean, they still had bloody tissues all over the floor, the cans and stuff like that. I mean, they treated this woman like she was just some experiment. And I mean, they didn't clean up after themselves. They didn't do anything to try to make her feel comfortable or anything like that. And I thought, why is she calling her? She really thought she was about to answer the phone and be like, "Oh yeah, hey, I'm cool. Yeah, look how y'all left her." It was just nasty work, just gross.
This right here is what happens whenever you do a backroom deal with a BBL. And unfortunately, this is real life for a lot of women that are not necessarily going to the Dominican Republic to get a BBL. They're letting homegirl from up the street do the BBL. So this is real. It was a horrific scene. And I did hate how they just left Rain just basically laying there and fiending for her own self. And those pills, I don't even know if those pills are actually legit.
Well, none of it's legit.
Right. None of this is legit, Lord. Don't you say the whole procedure is not legit. This is so illegal.
Yeah, yeah.
It shows just how shiesty Body is too, because girl, the way she was pushing it on so many people, clearly she's getting a cut. So she don't care about them. She just wants that money.
Without
And
a doubt.
and for me, I really believe that the character Body kind of reminds me of Ronnie from Players Club. I think that's what Tyler had in mind whenever he was writing out this character right here. That's just my opinion. I don't know what y'all think about that, but she's like Ronnie 2.0 to me, but worser.
Well, she's the, what is the Great Value brand of
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna say yeah, 1.0.
the Timu version.
point 0.5.
Definitely Timu version, man. This is
Timu.
BBL Drizzy right here. BBL Drizzy. Um, real disgusting. Really. I mean, shout out to the makeup department, because I mean they had it oozing out the hole of the boot. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And yeah, your girl Body, man, she's a scammer, schemer. I said it when we covered the first the first episode, I said the same thing, Letitia. Like, she getting the cut of everybody. I mean, and then we're gonna find out later what happened with Angel too. How they try to proposition Angel. I mean, this is crazy. It's a crazy scam.
Yep, it's all a scheme. So we get to Roy came back out. I guess he went. I don't know what he went. He went in the room, came back out. He said, "You trying to set me up, aren't you?" And then he grabbed her, took her to the garage, and opened up his trunk, and there goes the body of this young lady. But I could barely make out her face. She really banged up, so she's not moving at all. Okay, right here.
Yeah.
And he want to call Jules. Okay, he wants to call Jules, and Mallory do not like Jules. She said he does enough for this family. He knows everything. He know everybody business. She do not trust him, and then she trying to pretend. At first, she was trying to pretend like she didn't do it. That's the killing, right? He like, you don't put your thinking cap on. This is a private road. This is the family road. I was cracking up like, girl, no, you didn't. Pretend like you didn't. And then he pretend like he just found it out the blue, like he didn't bump the baby body too. So that was hilarious. Then they talk about taking the car to, I guess, an old neighborhood and leave it there and something. At first, she wanted to burn the car, and he was like, "Nah, that's nah." And yeah, so what are y'all thoughts on this whole thing?
I don't know if you want to back it up a little bit, because I think we may have missed the part where of the reason why Rain, and because I saw the picture that you had up of Rain and Kimmy with Angel. You had that in the last slide. Yeah, right there, of how they got it in this whole predicament in the first place, where Angel was trying to set them up.
Forward too.
Oh, okay. All right, so then we can go to the next one. I'll talk then. Fine. I was just like, yo, I don't want to miss that because that's really important.
I know.
So as you got a good pick. You got a good pick of. They must have ran that tire over her face 1,000,000 times, man, because she is definitely unrecognizable, right? So, I mean, the way they interact is just hilarious to me. Like, how did they get involved with each other in the first place? Like, they don't get along. I want to know the backstory of how we got here. How did they get to the point where they just hate each other? They don't get along. They don't like each other. It's like, I should divorce you. Well, you know, your father likes me. So, you know, if you divorce me, then you out of here. You out of the will. I'm just like, yo, like, how does she know that? Like, is she that close to the father? It's crazy.
Well, they took her in, right, as a teenager. And so they lightweight grew up together. So they're probably more like brother and sister than they are actual spouses. They ended up getting together as teenagers. But my thing is, I can't find one good quality about this man. Like, he is an all around F up. The man doesn't do anything. He clearly is hurting in some way because all he does is do drugs. But he doesn't do anything else.
I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, these two are in a toxic relationship, but I think they're staying together for the financial aspect of it. When I'm being honest, you know, like, they don't love each other. It's just all about the financial aspect and putting on a front in front of everybody, family members and the company, pretend like they get along, but at the end of the day, they both hate each other guts.
Yeah, I agree with Jay. I want to know how they got here. Like, I want to know. I want to know the roads how they got here. But yeah, it's just a hot mess. And what do y'all think of her not liking Jules, not trusting Jules?
Hey, Jules said, listen, I'm the family guy. I take care of the family. How you not gonna trust me? I've been taking care of this family for years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why she don't trust Jules, knowing that he's been around the family this long. Maybe she has trust issues in general. I don't know.
I don't trust Jules either. To this moment, I don't know who he worked for.
Sorry.
Hey, y'all.
He's doing too much. Jules all over the place. I don't know who he works for. But yeah, I don't get the impression she trusts anybody. Because also she's not trustworthy. So
she's not trustworthy. Nobody's trustworthy. It's it's like, hey, you know what? You're a thief. It's what they say. There's honor amongst thieves. It's like there's no honor here at all. It's just like he's supposed to be the cleanup guy, and she don't want him doing that because he's not divulging information that she wants. He's holding back a lot of information, as we find out as we go along. Right, further along, he knows a lot, and he every time she's asking him what's going on, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta go. So I'm sure this happened before. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. We at the Rain and Kimmy's motel room. And then cause what's her name? Body said she was coming over after she heard that Rain was not doing too well. And she bought what's her name? Dagger and Chase. Boy, they came by to check on her. Look, check on her. But they really came by to like see if she's still breathing, and they came to collect the evidence and wipe down stuff. And Kimmy did ask, like, are you a doctor? She's like, I'm a nurse, and where's your credentials? And then that's when Daggers looked at Body, said, you better check her. And then Body smacked the mess out of Kimmy, and then we see Body out there, stepped outside. She calling Daddy, Jules, telling like about what happened to Rain and how Kimmy not getting the line. And he basically told her to handle it and hung up. And what are y'all thoughts on this whole Rain and Dagger and Chase trying to clean up a mess? Lawrence?
Man, this scene right here was a complete hot mess. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, they're running to Jules for the protection, but Jules like, listen, at some point in time, you got to be your own woman. You step up to the plate. You take care of business. You know how to handle Kimmy. You do your job at the end of the day. That's what I got from it.
Anybody else? Any thoughts on this whole scene? Anybody want to? Any choice words for these people?
Shady. It's just shady all the way around. But I love me some T.S. Madison, and she sure enough played this part because, child.
Jay, no words.
I just like how Kimmy is always on point. Like, are you a doctor? Oh, I'm a nurse. Oh, what school did you go to? I'm like, yo, you ask some bad questions, and you already see that she got a mean right hook. So you need to be careful with your words. But then here comes the body, smacking. I mean, yeah. I'm glad. I'm just say this. I know we seen the whole thing, but I'm just glad that Kimmy got hers on the body. But we'll get to that because she deserved it. Boy, the body, she deserved everything that she got. Boy, I tell you.
Yeah. So we got Mallory and Roy. They are in the car. They driving this body, I guess, to Indiana or from it. I want to say to Indiana. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be in Chicago, right?
Yeah, Chicago. Even though it's shot in Atlanta, clearly.
That's what I'm looking like. Atlanta and Chicago don't have nothing alike.
Right. It's clearly shot in Atlanta, but they're like, oh, it's Chicago. We could say it's in Alaska, okay? Like it could be anywhere, right?
That's Jay. Yeah, so I'm guessing they driving to Indiana, and then she said, you driving fast. They got pulled over by this officer, Jonah, I want to say Jones or something. And he said, call Jules. She's reluctant to do that. And then the officer, I said, I smell alcohol. He told Roy to step out and told Mallory to stay in the car. And she was on the phone with Jules, and he asked for the name and the badge number. He said it might be tough because he got connections mostly in Chicago, right? But in Indiana, he might can pull probably a favor or two, but might be, not as quick as he would in Chicago. So he just told her to hang tight or try to stall or some way. The officer did a breathalyzer on Roy, and he arrests Roy basically. And then she's in the car and she noticed the trunk pop open and she got out the car. I was like, yo, what's y'all thoughts on this whole
My heart would have
situation?
jumped out of my chest right there. Like, yo, yo, she ran just in time. I would have did the same thing. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you just gonna leave me out here? Totally distract the officer. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, hey, step aside. You just gonna leave me out here? I was like, yo, I was scared for her. Cause she pushing that thing out. She would have just help me. It would have been over. Would have been over.
Yeah, that
Letitia or Lawrence?
So I have nothing for them.
yeah. I mean, when I was watching that, I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, okay, this is strange right now. What is happening? What is going on? I was literally lost for words with that scene right there.
Especially when they was towing that car away like that. I was like, heck no. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, that was that trunk. Yo, I was like, I was waiting for like, is she gonna open it all the way? I was waiting for her to step out. Well, I don't know if she could step out the way her legs was dangling with Rory pickup, but
She would have
yeah,
just rolled out, just rolled out on the ground like,
right. So next, so basically Kimmy couldn't wait to deal with Rain, because Rain told her the next day if she don't feel good, take her to the emergency room, I guess. And she called a yellow taxi cab and she walking Rain to the taxi with her pants down and the towel over her butt and leaking. And the taxi cab driver's like, I'm not gonna help you. You need to call the ambulance. And the taxi driver opened the door for her and tried to help her, and she touched her, and she's like, "What's this on my hand?" She was in disgust. And we see that they made it to the emergency room. If this supposed to be in Chicago, this is terrible. But anyway, it's supposed to be the county hospital, and they wheeling her away, and Kimmy could not go back there, so she waiting in the waiting area. Then we get a flashback, and this is your time, Jay, to speak on this flashback.
no, I have nothing to say on this flashback. Go ahead.
It's the flashback.
So yeah, I mean, basically, like I said, they just showed how they got into this situation, and this is the part that I was really surprised about. But I love how Tyler Perry just makes the connection of how they know Jules and how Jules was the police, turned federal agent, turned whatever position he's in. And man, like for him to arrange with the judge to release them and say, listen, they're going to be in my custody. They're going to work for me to, pay this debt off, whatever the case is. Like, this guy really got pulled. Jules got pulled, got serious pull. So I'm just like, man, this dude, I don't know how he has all this pull, but he is a dangerous man to be able to like just get these guys out of going to jail for a long time for having possession of whatever. And this guy, Angel, man, he's an idiot. He's nah, you're not gonna get caught. They only check international. Like, come on, dog. Like, seriously, man. So Jules got power, man. Jules got some serious pull.
Yeah, when it came to Jules, I was like, what in the BMF is going on here? Because he has a long track record, basically, of being one of those guys, like you said, Jay, who has a bunch of pull. He went from working for the police to basically being his own man. He is a top dog within this whole family drama structure that they have.
Hey, Candy. This is where we see that, okay, see, Mallory doesn't trust Jules, and we can clearly see why. He is a double, triple, quadruple agent out here just doing whatever is. I mean, he's in cahoots with one of the brothers to do this ring, and this is how he's getting these folks. It's
Yeah.
debt that they're talking about, child. They are literally playing out the trafficking schemes that happens, in both work and sex. That type of trafficking, both of them.
Yeah.
Never are ever able to repay your debt.
No, because these debts are absolutely astronomical, literally. Literally. But yeah,
I agree.
they'll never be able to pay those debts right there. No matter how much booty shaking they do, it's not gonna happen.
Come on, $400,000, 500,000. These crazy what? And you only charging Monique. You said it last week. They only charging what? $50 a dance.
Yep.
What money they gonna get? Like, how they gonna pay $400,000 for $50 dances? Like, no.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Wild.
But it's not set up to be paid off.
Exactly.
Right.
It's solitude. I mean, it's servitude forever.
Right.
And
Right.
Right.
We is getting the car towed. She tried to stall as long as she can. The officer like, where's your ride? Because you said you was drinking too, so you cannot drive this vehicle because it's getting towed. And we also she tried to at least, but the car got towed away and Rory got arrested. So and we go to a scene where she's in the car with what's his name?
Jules.
They at the yard. I ain't realized they was at the yard until she got out the car because he asked her what happened. Like, why y'all didn't call me? Y'all know I got the family back and all that good stuff. And I could have handled it. She's like, we thought we could handle it ourselves, and y'all know what happened. And then she said it was Roy who ran over the lady, not her. She threw Roy under the bus real quick. And
because she don't care about him. She don't love that, man. She just there for the money and all of that, man. She don't love that, man.
Jules know that she don't like him, and she said she don't care for him, don't trust him. And she got a ride. He got a ride for her to go back home, and she said that Roy was released and they also got the body cam because she realized that the officer had a body cam on him because she was about to tell him off, say some rude thing. She's like, you know who I am? It was crazy. And yeah, she got out the car, got a ride, and then these two dudes went to the yard where the car was towed and popped the security guard who's supposed to be guarding the yard twice, one in the head and one in the chest. It was crazy. And they was able to get the vehicle.
Oh, okay. That's why I was wondering. It seemed like that happened so randomly. I was like, what is going on? But that makes sense that's what they were doing. It's also interesting that Mallory doesn't trust Jules, and he knows that she doesn't trust him, but he seems completely unfazed by it. He doesn't match her energy when she has an attitude or anything. He's just kind of like, okay, so anyway, I'm keep on helping you, and anyway, okay, I'll take care of it. And anyway, okay, I'll just handle it. It just seems so unfazed by her.
Yeah, even though Mallory don't trust Jules, right? At the end of the day, he is a loyalty lapdog to both sides of the family. So if one person don't trust him, that's cool. As long as everybody else kind of feel like they trust him, that's how he's able to maneuver in and out between the families. Well, between the family.
And even if they say they don't trust him, but they keep calling him.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he knows that eventually they're always going to have to call on him. And being that he is the head of security for the whole family, he's probably done a whole lot in the past and knows so much that he has information on each and every person in the family. So he has them by the gonads, as we say, right? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay, you want to get mad at me? That's fine. Listen, I got Uncle Norman over here. He needs to find out who did this. And I got this person and I got, so Jules, like I said, he a powerful dude, but he knows that he's powerful. That's the bad part about it all. He knows how powerful he is. That he can just have a side business that even the boss didn't even know about, right?
Right, right.
They was better off going to jail asking for a retrial. What? 6? Yeah. Yeah, well. You gotta pay their own rent about it. Yeah, well, yeah.
Mhm.
That hotel week to week can't be that expensive, yo. Because if they're doing $50, how much you think they paying a week to stay at that hotel? Maybe
I
like
think Jules is covering it.
oh, Jules is covering it.
I think so. In
That
my
That's great.
opinion.
that hotel cannot be over $100. Maybe around 80, maybe around 80, but not over
$80 a
100.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking somewhere around 80 at least.
Okay.
All
And a little
right.
I don't
feedback.
know
I don't know
if
what
it's
it is.
Chicago. I don't know, y'all. Cause child.
Yeah, some feedback. Excuse the feedback, y'all.
Everybody mute if you can. Okay.
All right, we're moving on. We are at the yeah. So the car, they retrieved the car from the yard. Jules got a call from the Linda, and she just telling about what happened with Rain and Kimmy and Body and stuff, what's going down and stuff like that. And he said, do you think Body can handle the girls? Because he thinking that Body is getting weak, that she can't handle the girls anymore. And we see what's her name? Shoot. Kimmy at the hospital, and she see these security officer guys. She look guilty sitting there, and they look like they talking to the doctor, and they looked over at her like they was going towards her, and she out the emergency room real quick and right into Jules. she hopped in that car. He said, get in the car. And then he said, what are you doing? And then she said she was about to die. So, and then he said, what happened? And then she said nothing.
Hey,
It was just, yeah.
Can I say something right quick about Jules, if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
Jules absolutely killed me whenever him and Kimmy kept getting into these situations. He always kept running into her. He kept saying, get in the car. Get in the car. Did y'all notice that? He said about 4 or 5 different times in every episode. He had me dying with laughter every time he said that.
Because he was always pulling up on her.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all picked that up. Maybe just me, but he had me dying.
Yeah. But he, he must have a soft spot for her, though, because he sure did a whole lot of threatening, but he never actually did anything to her. So she got chance after chance after chance. He kept saying, get in the car, but he wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of that, Dorinda, did you say Dorinda? Delinda, what's her name?
Delinda.
Yeah. Okay. So she talked about how her and Body paid off their debt. Theirs was like 80,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
How true that is, though.
But
that is, though.
But at the same time, I can say this right here. Body wasn't just paying off that debt by stripping, if you know what I mean. Body was doing something else.
Well, how you think she became the number one, bro? You know what I'm saying? You got to sleep your way to the top. And we know Body probably did some things. Right. I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep.
But I did notice that, bro. Get in the car. Get out the car. Get in the car. that was just every time he came into the scene. Get in.
Get in the car.
Get out.
Get in the car.
Get out of here. Or get to it. It's either get in the car. It's always a get in it. Get in the car. He told the guys, get to it. And then they shot the dude. Like, yeah, man, it's funny. Tyler Perry's funny, man, with the writing B. You know what I'm saying? There's a little bit of tiny comedy in it if you really pick it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He said, you don't appreciate that what I do for you. You was looking at 30 years. I'm like, 30 years. for that. What? How much they was moving? Like, I don't need to know. At this point, I was like, I need to know.
You know, he got to be trumping up charges, just like he trumped up the amount that they owe. Oh, okay, well, 400,000. Like, come on, man, that's crazy.
Wild. At
Yeah.
best. Ultimate setup. That's what I call it. Shoot. Crazy. We at the perfect couple house. We see the security guards, they still got their jobs. Okay. The security guard, she told to get out the car and basically told them to walk or whatever, but they still got their jobs. But she at the house, like talking to him because she's going into the office. It seems like she's the the brains or whatever, the face of this company, and she does everything and all that good stuff. While Roy and his brother do nothing, though she said. And she really, boy, she was digging into him. Some terrible. Like put him down. And he just sitting there. Like it's not like she not saying these things to him. Like he don't care. It's like it's whatever. And she encouraged him to put on the suit and go in the office. And then we also see this hotel scene with this housekeeper. She like, y'all nasty. Y'all trifling. And y'all gotta clean y'all own towels or bring y'all own towels. Look at this bed. It was just nasty that she was picking it up with her hands. And
Right. No gloves, no nothing.
Look,
Like,
you sound
just
like
nasty.
getting anxiety about it. But yeah, that was nasty. And then we see Kimmy calling the hospital trying to check up on pretending like she's brain mother and stuff like that. But due to HIPAA, you can't give out the information over the phone. You gotta go in person.
Not even to your own mama. Your own mama can't get the information over the phone. That's crazy.
Well, it's true. I'm glad he made it real, because if they would have gave the information over the phone, I'm like, yo, HIPAA. Like anybody can call up there and see if she's there. So yeah. And we get a scene. Oh, anybody had any thoughts about that stuff? No.
No.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. And we get to the scene at the office. They putting on the front. The happy couple is putting on the front of the office, hugging and kissing. And then we got Jules along with Roy, and then they said that the body was missing after the car. I was like, yo, what?
I thought this was a waste of time. Like, hey, we got something to tell you. Go ahead, tell her. Oh, the body was gone. That
I thought
why you wasted my time? Why you wasted all of our time at this point? Like, you didn't have to tell her that it was gone. Just go find it, bro. So I felt like her. Like, why are you telling me something that, you know what I mean? Like, go find her. Like, get up out of here.
Smiling and talking through her teeth, like, okay, go do something about it. Like, go find it, okay?
There she go being fake as hell, face. You know what I'm saying? She knows how to do it well.
Very. But yeah, so the body is missing out the car. And then she said she don't trust Jules. She said, I'm gonna need you to get off that booger sugar or whatever you're doing and pay attention to Jules, because he is like withholding information or got some other stuff going on. She don't not trust this man. And even though I don't care for Mallory, I can agree with that. Like, you can't trust this man with everything.
Right.
I mean, you gotta like really, because the way he set up Rain in them, he could do that to y'all.
Do they even know about that though? That's the question. Are they connected to the point that they know about the Rain situation? I mean, I know Roy does, because Roy requested her, right?
Right.
But of course, Melanie, what's her name? Mallory. She don't know nothing about it until the whole phone call happened, right? So she doesn't know the extent
right
of it all. Right.
Correct. So any thoughts about this whole front in the office scene?
Just them, like I said earlier, just putting on this front for the people, for the family, even though they hate each other guts. And of course, even though Mallory don't trust Jules, like we said earlier, as soon as something goes down, who's she calling? Jules.
Hey, DeMarcus.
Just
Mallory.
totally annoying.
Totally annoying.
Totally.
Moving on. Oh, we are at the club, and Body, she's in her fifis, and she's trying to check Kimmy. I think Body at this point, I'm like, girl, you is not in charge of the girls no more, because the way these girls looking at you, laughing at you, like they had a good kiki. Like when she left, I was cracking up. Like they're like, okay, because she thinks she's the HBIC. So she checking Kimmy about what she did, taking Rain to the emergency room and stuff like that. And I'm like, is this a concerned heifer or a nosy heifer right here in the bikini looking weird? Because she was like, how's Rain? And then Kimmy stepped to her. I'm like, really, Kimmy? What you gonna do? Even Delinda had to call her, like, yo, scary behind. What you was gonna do? Because Delinda came in and broke it up. I was like, okay, Kimmy, I would like to see the fight, see who will win. Because if Kimmy can bring all that pent up anger and everything that happened to her in the past up on this girl, she will definitely win, in my opinion. But yeah. And Delinda told her that she has a client with that old man again. So what are y'all thoughts on this whole dressing room scene?
I love how Kimmy had smoke for the girl in the bikini, but had no smoke for Body, basically. And I think the girl in the bikini, I think she was basically trying to troll Kimmy, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree with that. I just, Body gets on my last nerve. She is a pest. Okay, she's so insecure. She's a pest. Kimmy don't be bothering nobody, but she gotta bother Kimmy every single time she enters the room. All she's doing, she's not showing her authority. She's showing how insecure she is. She's showing that like you said, Monique, she ain't in charge of the girls. Because if you was really in charge of the girls, you'd have their mind messed up so that they would follow you. Kimmy, like, girl, whatever. But I also agree with you too, Lawrence. I wish she had that same smoke for Body. I mean, I guess maybe we'll get there one day, but I wish she had it. Like, she would just be letting her slap her around all the time, calling her all kinds of bees.
Yeah, like Body just uses the whole Jules thing. I'm gonna tell Jules, and he gonna make, like you said, I'm gonna make it stick. So she uses Jules as like the rod to kind of try to put it in a place, and that's why she don't got no smoke, Lawrence, because she knows she can run the Jules and be like, oh, she did this and she did that, tattletale type chick, and then put more charges on her, add 100,000 onto that 400,000. You know what I mean? you know, like she has the ability to just run the Jules and just really mess Kimmy up even more. So that's why Kimmy's kind of like, let me not do anything. You know, let me just chill. Let me just kind of go along with it. Yeah, I feel sorry for Kimmy, man, because Kimmy, I know what she wants to do. I know she just want to just wail on all of them, but she can't even do it. You know.
All right.
But yeah, Body don't got no wins.
Jules' names to Joel's.
Joel Santana.
Jules, yeah, New York, man. You know what I'm saying? Jules. I'm like, Jules.
Harlem.
You know what I'm saying?
Harlem.
Yeah.
So this is a quick scene right here where they show the state troopers. They're at the scene of this yard, and they said they got a body, called 911, called the ambulance. Whatever. I mean, not 911, called the ambulance. They got a live one. I'm like, okay. They showed that real quick. I was like, okay, I guess the body is still in the yard, laying somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, she got out. She probably went to the side or something or whatever. So she's trying to escape, but she couldn't get but so far because she got tire tracks all over her body. Like, she is done, man. She's done.
Poor thing. We are at the club. We are with this older gentleman that we saw in episode 1 who dismissed her because she noticed that he liked Angel. He was into Angel, the dancer. And he said he don't want to dance, he want to talk. And she like, is he straight? And she looked back at Angel, and he's like, he's whatever you want him to be with for the right price. And yeah, so he said, is he I guess private, as you will, because he wants, I guess he want a private section with Angel. And he said he on a fixed income and stuff like that. He only had $800, and then she said he'll do it for $500. Gave him $300 back, and he gave her the $300 back. Said, "Here, this is for you." And she went to Angel, I guess, room, or where the fellas hang out at, and said she got like a client for him. It's a dude. He said, I don't get down like that. And he said he wouldn't play. He said he'll do it for 800. He said all he got is 500 and stuff like that. And then they talk about Rain a little bit. She said she don't want to talk about it. And then, he think that she's still mad at him due to the whole takedown of them getting caught. And she said, yeah, that's in the past and stuff like that. So she agreed to meet this guy in the parking lot. He had a green truck. I guess when they club ends at 2 a.m. I'm like, this guy must be really desperate to be waiting that long. But yeah, so they do it at Kimmy's and Rain's motel room. And she in the parking lot, and he come out, and she's like, that was quick. And then she went into the room, and dude in there coughing, and he said, can you take me home? Ooh, I'm glad I got through this with a straight face. Any thoughts right here? Because I'm about to continue.
Yeah, Grandpa was definitely desperate to get him some. Like you said, 2 o'clock. I'm like, you're a man with all this money. But then again, I get it, because I guess he's trying to keep a low profile, because he don't want people to know that he's like a closet gay man. So that's one reason why I think that he's trying to keep stuff on the low. But I mean, that whole scene right there was absolutely crazy to me.
Yeah, you never met an honest hoe, huh? You never met an honest.
Oh yeah,
I like that line. But yeah, she was being honest, and he because she was being honest, like he absolutely loud, like, I trust you. What's up, Tamika? I trust you now. You know what I mean? I want you to take care of me. I thought it was kind of weird, but I guess as we see the family dynamic, I guess it's hard for him to trust anybody. So for her to be honest like that, 1,500. Okay, all I got is 800. Okay, well, he'll do it for 500. Like, yeah, that was kind of like, okay, it was quick as far as his trust in her, real quick.
Lord, go sit in the corner. Like, this is just like the Tyler Perry spoof on Boondock. Yeah.
Oh,
crazy.
He ain't like that
one. Any other thoughts as I'm about to move on to the end? We are getting to the end, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all like this video, and make sure y'all subscribe to everyone up here, please and thank you. And we are at the end of this review of episode 2. He said, can you drive me home? He handed her the keys in the car. She's like, we are far out, because I guess they are in the city and he's out in the burb somewhere. And she pulled up to this gate, and it's a dude outside this gate at after 2 a.m. I'm like, this must be the security person at the gate. So he let him in. She was like, this is your house? She was like, fixed income my ass, like basically that's what I said. I'm like, fixed income my butt. But yeah, she pulled up to this beautiful house, this estate. She helped him in the house, because he said he need help in the house. I'm like, what's wrong with dude? Like, he coughing. He down bad. So he said, can you go grab my meds? It's in my office down that way. I'm like, he really trusting Kimmy. Because earlier he said he want Kimmy to look after him. I'm like, what make him so trusting of this young lady? I guess he get a different vibe from her from the other ladies who will, like she said, they will rob you. But I won't.
Absolutely.
So he said, go get my medicine. It's in the office. As she grabbed the medicine, she kind of like, peeping on the desk, looking around, looking up. It's like, this is a big old house. And then as she came out of his office, she's in the hallway. She noticed some pictures, a portrait, like a painting of him and his two sons. And then she looked at the photos. We see Roy and them with some other guys, and she sees the beautiful couple with this man. I was like, yo.
And
Wow.
that right there was how she was able to connect all of the dots, how she was able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, that this man right here, who she's taking care of, is basically the ringleader, one of the founders of it all.
Of this terrible family.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, I was like, uh-oh.
So do you think then that's why she did not say anything? Do you think she's scared? Because as she continues to go on and assist him with the angel meetups, I just feel like at some point I'm like, girl, why don't you just tell him what you know? Why don't you utilize this as a resource?
Mm.
You
Yeah,
know
so
what I'm
Hush,
saying? To get out of this life.
right. So with Lauren saying that she put all the pieces together, she put all the pieces together incorrectly, right? As we find out later on, because she thinks that he owns the club. She thinks that he's the man behind Jewels and the whole nine. So that's why, she kept saying, oh, I'm gonna give you my number, but you probably already have it. Like she thinks that he's like the the overseer to the whole thing, and she's wrong in that, and that's why she doesn't say anything, because she's scared. She is scared because she's like, yo, this is the guy behind Jules. So if I mess around, Jules may add on more years and more money, and I don't want to mess up. That's why she doesn't say anything, because she inaccurately kind of assessed the whole thing.
But it also seems weird too, like if he is the ringleader of everything, why would he need to be so secretive to come into his own club when he could bring the club to him?
Right.
Or have another place set aside. So sometimes I think Kimmy is thinking like when she was asking, "Are you a doctor? Where'd you go to school?" Not that it mattered. I mean, would it matter? Okay,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying. But sometimes she doesn't ask the right questions. Sometimes she doesn't
Yeah.
think the way she should. But also have to remember she was super young when she got into this life, and she's just trying to make it.
You remember that part? Remember that part where Horace asked her, "Do you have any questions?" And she said, "Nah, because if I ask too much questions, I get in trouble." Because remember, she got slapped by the body, so she doesn't want to get slapped anymore. So she's like, "I'm not going to ask any more questions. I'm just going to be like, ugh." But she clearly was like, "This is your place. This is this. This is that." Yeah. So this was good though. This was a good setup episode to me. It was a good setup episode.
Very,
Are we
very.
gonna rate it?
Yes, let's rate it, please, you guys. What would you rate episode 2?
For me, I'm gonna go with a solid 9.
I'm gonna go with the 9.5.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It just wasn't like the first episode to me. You know what I mean? It was like, me, I need a little bit more action. It was way more dialogue and setup and like, okay, we find out this, we find out that. But I give it like a 7.5. Yeah.
I'm agree with DeMarcus Vaughn here and give it an 8. Okay.
Cool.
I gave episode 1 a 9. This it was just some scenes I'm like, we could have did without, in my opinion. So
Mine was I would have said 8 for the first one, only because I felt like I know this one was dialogue heavy, but I felt like it was a good contrast to the first one because I mean, they just went all in. I'm like, okay, we know about these characters, but we don't know their names. You don't know, we don't know their
Right.
backstory. We don't know anything. But it was like the action was so quick. Whereas this one kind of gave it a little bit more context, I would say.
Dang, Laura Bison, a
He gave it a
5.
5. Damn.
Right. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I think me and Lil Bison, we on the same page. It was like, okay, thanks for the information, but it wasn't a lot of action like the first one. Like, yeah, the only person that got popped was the guard at the little shop or whatever where they got the cars at. I mean, it was like, it wasn't a lot. It was pretty drawn out. Like the whole cop scene was kind of drawn out too.
Yeah.
That was very drawn out. Like I was like, oh, okay, can we get to the next scene, please? So again, to me, like I said, it was a 7.5 for me because it was a setup episode, but it was necessary. This was very, very necessary for us to get the
Got
information.
some backstory and with the flashbacks of how.
Yeah, because we ain't know nothing in that. Just like you said, Letitia, we ain't know nothing in that first episode. Like, who is this guy yelling at Kimmy, and why is he yelling at Kimmy? It was just weird, right?
Very.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this was it was a good episode 2. It was, well, not good but decent episode for me. For Jay, he
like I said, I wasn't mad. I wasn't I wasn't mad at it. I was just like, okay. It was cool. It was cool. It was cool. It wasn't bad, but it was all right. It was all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, thanks. Let's keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Where's that baby at to throw up on Mallory? Let's go. There was more action in that scene.
Mallory said, "Listen, this is couture."
Couture, I said that.
Yeah.
You know how to talk about that baby like that. You know how to do that.
And then when they before they got pulled over, she said she helped hide the cancer of the 98 women.
Yes.
I was like, yo.
Mo. Thank you, Mo, for bringing that. Yeah.
I'm like,
yep. So she clearly knows what was going on,
A nasty person. Oh, Lord, the way she be talking to her, the people that help her. No, ma'am.
Yeah, the one thing about Mallory, she will look down on a person. She is
Marcus.
She is a mean-spirited person without a doubt.
Yep.
Not Players Club. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah,
Players Club meets P Valley. Because that motherfucking club was ratchet, boy, I'd say.
Yeah, because one girl had her bare booty out. I'm like, all right.
Sure.
And
bare booty. I saw more than bare booties.
Well, I'm like, because it was noticeable because she had like a wagon back there. She was dragging that wagon. But
she was dragging a wagon.
The body got the wagon.
Body.
1,500, boy, that goes a long way.
Tyler Perry said how to do some little experimentations inside the strip clubs.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Tyler.
It makes sense. He lives in Atlanta. The biggest strip club down there is Magic City. You know what I'm saying? We was down there on a college tour, so I understand what Tyler is talking about.
Well, I don't know if you saw, the reality video of him being at the Usher concert, and they had some dances, and he was throwing some. He was doing his research. This is research and development. You know what I'm saying? He's like, but he only threw a few dollars. He didn't throw a lot of money. He threw like maybe a couple. He was like, all right, I'm out. I'm gonna keep the rest.
Right. Yep.
He did his research for this. Shout out to Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. So that was the end of this recap of episode 2. Beauty in the Black. So what you got coming up? We going around see what people got coming up on their channels. Lawrence, report you first.
Yep. Besides this right here, which I'm absolutely loving this series, I'm ready for part 2. We know that's coming out next year. I'll have my review up tonight. I edited it earlier. I recorded it. I just haven't had time to upload it. So I have my review of this right here. But I'm also doing NBC Found. That's the show that I'm on right now. So that's all I got. And don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, please subscribe. Line it up with Letitia.
Hey, thank you for having me tonight. I am actually live streaming for the first time since I don't know when. So I am going to be recapping this show. So yes,
Yes.
look forward to seeing. I think I'm gonna do 2 episodes per video though, so I can kind of knock them out.
Yeah, so make sure this the channel name right here, right? Lighting up with a t-shirt, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so make
Please
sure
go
y'all
ahead and go
subscribe.
subscribe. Thank you.
Yes, yes. VACAYJTV.
You're so again, good job, Mo. As usual, shout out to everybody here, Lawrence, Letitia. Thank you for coming through. Always a good time with you guys.
Yes.
And what we doing next? We doing the penguin next. Look out for the penguin because it's going crazy with the penguin, man. You know what I'm saying? So look out for that. I'm gonna be doing some character breakdowns for Beauty in Black. I know I keep adding the. It's Beauty in
It's
Black.
hard. I do
It's
that
hard,
sometimes.
right? You do it too, right? Beauty in the Black. It just rolls off the anyway. So I'm going to be doing some character breakdowns, you know, talking about just the characters that I'm interested in talking about. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm not really going to be doing recaps, but just like just their personality, the psychology behind it, you know, just getting into the psychiatric part of them because they all kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be doing that. And yeah, we're still waiting on Raising Canis. So again, hold tight, family. We coming. We
We're trying to hold tight for this.
Yeah. So we're gonna hold it down for y'all. Just stay tuned. And once we get the news, then we'll let you guys know.
Yes. Penguin, as far as like Jay said. The penguin is tomorrow around the same time, 7:05, 7:10 Central Standard Time. What's this? Episode 6?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, it's going down. Episode 6, and it's getting down to the wire. You got 2 more episodes. So I'm Mr. Penguin. I'm not gonna hold you, Mr. Penguin.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got that tomorrow, and Wednesday have Sisters, Tyler Perry Sisters. So with Candy Love and Tamika, then we usually go live after the episode airs, so and talk about it. So yeah. And also you're gonna see us do Beauty in Black episode 3. I'm guessing Jay got that one.
Probably, yeah, your boy. Yeah, I'm gonna do that as well. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna swing back and forth, you know what I mean?
Right.
And of course you guys are always invited. You know what I'm saying? The door is always open. So once I set up the link, you guys will get the link if you want to come through. We may do that looking at Thursday, possibly. We'll see. Either Thursday or Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to spread the episodes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want to simmer.
Yeah. We ain't trying to do 1 through 3 and 5 and 6 to be done. Nah, let's
no disrespect to the others, but
no disrespect.
We want to simmer in this.
Yeah, because it's good. Like this joint is fire.
Yes.
Shout out to Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Stop knocking Tyler Perry. He know what he doing. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly can say Tyler came out the gate swinging with this one right here. And if I had to compare this one with the other 2 he released recently, this is way better than the other 2. This thing right here is absolute fire.
Yeah, and you know what? Go ahead, Letitia. Go ahead. You
I
want
was
to say something?
Is this one still him, or has he pulled in his other writers with this one yet?
I'm not for sure about that aspect. I don't know if he wrote this on his own or if he's been listening to the people. Because the people have been saying, yo, Tyler, we want you to get some more people on board with you. We love you. We support you. We want you to get some more people who can help you write it better. So I'm not for sure, really.
I think this one is just all him. Because when I saw the credits, it was just all him on this one. Yeah. I know you're about to say that too, Mo. I was looking at your face. You was like, he's ready to jump in like Double Dutch. She was like,
right. It was a really long title. It was like executive producer.
Yeah. You saw that, right? Yeah, this is all him. But you know what I was going to say, just to add on to what y'all saying? We know Tyler does great with episodic. Sisters, Satima, Ruthless. So this is the first like episodic on Netflix. So now we got a budget. It looks amazing. And now we're doing episodic, but you know how they do. They released the whole thing. So I'm glad he did it part 1, part 2. You know what I mean?
Right.
But March though, come on, Tyler, March. That's a long time, but I loved it though. I love it. I love it all. Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going. So yeah, this is a good show. I am entertained, and we will see y'all guys in the next one, episode 3. And we are out of here.
Salute.
Deuces.
on track, now we going way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Count blessings.